Hey, it's Crema Sanguito. Welcome back to another episode with Kristina and
Napoleon. How are you guys?
I hope everyone's fantabulous. So today we have a heavy one. Not really that hot, but heavy. So I want to talk about societal pressures of a woman and how they show up in relationships.
Okay.
So first I want to start with the societal pressure to look a certain way. Not just to look good, but a specific certain way.
And what way is that?
So I say mostly like the European way. Now we are seeing more diversity in the media and everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But growing up, we saw straight hair as the beauty standard. Straight, sleek, silky hair as a standard. And we saw that in the media, right? So I remember even having to get my hair done to go on interviews because I wouldn't want to go in my curly hair, number one.
And I always liked your curly hair. Remember that?
Yeah, and now my hair is not even curly anymore because of all the straightening that I've done to it.
Mm-hmm.
So just even now being more accepting of my hair, that's what societal pressure has done. Like now I'm more accepting of my hair, but I would go, any interview I would go on, I would have to straighten it. I felt like I would have to straighten it, number one, so I could be taken more seriously. And number two, so they would think I'm not Hispanic and actually give me an opportunity in the job.
So you don't think people can hear you the way you sound, the way you look? You think because you just change your hair that now...
I think I'm
just Hispanic?
Very passable, especially when I straighten my hair.
Even
I've heard I look Middle Eastern sometimes.
When you open up your mouth, I can hear the accent, the Hispanic accent. When you say certain words, I don't think you can get away with.
I think maybe in an interview I could change my voice.
Probably.
But yeah, so I think that's one of the societal pressures. So for the minority group, I think women have been pressured on a whole bunch of things, from the way we look to the way we behave as women, the way we are as wives, the way we are as mothers. There's pressures for all of that.
Oh, pressure. Okay.
Yeah. We're pressured to, number one, get married. We're pressured to have children.
By who? You're saying
by society.
Mm-hmm.
By our own women in our own families.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and not only that, we're pressured to be independent.
Okay.
And then we become independent. Now we're too independent. Then we're pressured to be submissive after we've become independent. No, like...
So you were pressured to be independent by who? We got to say who's pressuring who, because it seems like you're being pressured to be independent by parent to grandparents, stuff like that. People,
and I think society as a whole, even to the music we listen to, Miss Independent, right? Like men start wanting independent women. Oh, I don't want no woman who depends on me, but I still want to be a man. You would disagree?
Yeah, I do disagree. So let's stick to are women pressured to fit a certain look just to be chosen by men in general? Let's talk about that first. Okay. Do you think that men pressure you to look a certain way to be chosen?
I think so. I think you could say no. Women were pressured by other women, yes.
Okay.
But I think men definitely pressure women to look a certain way.
What way is that?
You hear it all the time. All these songs are I like a long hair, thick red bone. That's the way women are pressured to look. That is why women get wigs, weaves, have straightened their hair, color their hair blonde.
Those women you're talking about, they're getting married, or they're getting picked to have sex with?
Both.
They're not getting married. The ones that you are referring to, thick, whatever it is you're talking about, those are not the women that get married.
Long hair, thick red bone.
Yeah, I don't think the women who get chosen by guys get chosen on strictly the way that they look. I think women who get chosen on a mindset. on the way that you are, the way that you carry yourself.
Well, first you have to get chosen aesthetically, right? Like first a man has to come up to you.
And natural look.
And
we don't
like you.
Yeah, we don't want you to be all made up and then whenever you take off the makeup, you're a completely different person. That's not what we asked for.
Well, I do agree that now the makeup has gone wild, right? I've never been in the makeup game.
Exactly.
But...
And you got chosen.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't say that's the majority of people. I think the majority of men do like women to have makeup on.
When you say makeup, are you talking about makeup that enhances your beauty, or are you talking about makeup that changes the way you look? Because it's two different things. If you're talking about eyeliners, a little blush, if you're talking about something that just makes you look the same way you look, but you can see you have more makeup, I think men like that look. I mean, I like that look. But the look of putting a whole foundation on your face, right, that changes the whole texture of how your face looks and everything. And it changes your look. Sometimes you can change the way your eyes are shaped. Like, you can do some weird stuff with makeup. Yeah. And then whenever you take off the makeup, you all look dead. It looks like the makeup sucked the life out of you. That's not what we're... Yeah, that's not what we're looking for. That's not what attracts us.
Yeah, but then that's why women keep putting makeup on. Because now they feel like they can't go out without makeup. Even to the corner store.
Yeah, but that's only attracting the guys that you want for sex. The guys who are strictly looking at you because you have on the makeup and you look like the supermodel or the model type one.
Yeah, see you walk by, you look good, you smell good, you got your nails done, you got your toes done. It's a whole look out here that costs a lot of money, and that's why I kind of see why some women are like, if you want to be my boyfriend, you got to pay for my nails, hair, and feet to be done.
Because we want your hair, your feet, and everything to be done.
You want me to look a certain way when you bring me around people?
No, I want you to be naturally beautiful, and everything else that you put on, you do your nails or whatever, just enhances what you are. I don't want you to be like someone who has no self-worth or someone who thinks they're not beautiful or they don't look good unless they do all these things. I don't think that's what we're looking for. That's definitely not what I'm looking for. I can think I look
good, but will the outside world think I look good?
If a man chooses you and puts a ring on your fingers, you're worthy enough. You look good. You have passed the test. And yes, it's a test. It's a test. No, it is a test. And the reason why I call it a test is because we control the access to relationships. That's us. Mm-hmm. We control if you guys get married or not. So if you want to get chosen, you need to get on board with what we're looking for. And what we're looking for is not just the look, and it's definitely not the look you're talking about.
So how do you expect women to distinguish the difference between what you guys fantasize and fetish over versus what you really want? So if we see the men we want right now going after the women that people talk about in rap shows.
For sex.
Yeah.
Intent.
But you're still giving that person your time, your energy. You're paying shit for that person.
For sex. Okay. The intent is now, to just play with you.
I'm looking at you, but you're not interested in me. You're not even looking at me because you're looking at the next person. What do you think? How do you think women internalize that?
What you should do as a woman is you should say, that guy right now is still inside the playing phase because he's looking for this chick strictly. You should be able to identify that he's looking for this chick for sex. You should see it because everybody else is probably doing the same thing. And the reason why...
So if everyone else is doing the same thing, what man am I going to get?
A good man. A man...
Let's say we're in our 20s, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the men in their 20s are right now looking to play, right?
Okay.
So if I can't get a man and all I see is all these women with the long hair, thick red bone, big booties, big boobs.
So you're looking...
Played, how can I even...
So here's what it is. Myself. Here's what it is. If your intention is to get married, right? If your intention is to get a man long term, what you're looking at in the market and looking at people talking to these women or gawking over the women who have the big asses and all the other stuff, that's not the outcome that you're looking for, right? You need to work on yourself, right? You need to work on yourself because the outcome that you want is you want to be a wife. Sometimes you may think that you're wife material, but you're not, right? I think I know that men can spot a wife. right? So if that man is inside that stage in his life where he's looking for a wife, you will be the person now who's high on the radars. But you're probably looking for a man who's not even in that space right now. So it is a good thing that they're not going after you, because if they did go after you, they would damage you.
Yeah, but then you're also... So are women just supposed to be singles in their whole entire 20s or whatever?
No, women should date with intention. If you should know what you're looking for. If you
yes,
know you're
but
looking
if
for a
what
good
I'm
time,
looking for is not looking for me right now.
You're looking in the wrong places. You are trying to make someone who's not ready be ready. So I'm trying to force a situation. If you're looking for the right stuff, you need to be the right person, right? Because the guy who is a husband, who is marriage minded, will see you and he will snatch you up. You just gotta wait your turn.
Okay. I don't know. I just think women will keep getting their bodies done and
me too,
all that stuff because they feel they have no other options, because men out here basically giving them no other options.
I don't think you guys get your bodies done for men.
You think we get it done for women?
I think you get it. I think you get it.
We want attention from women.
I think you get it for one. You women are the ones that put that pressure on how y'all look and everything more than we do. We don't sit there and go, oh, she needs to get her butt done. She needs to do this. When we're with you.
No, all y'all do is, even if y'all are in relationships, you're liking pictures on Instagram of big booty girls. So
that are things that we lust over, right?
Yeah.
That is not what we want. You understand that? There's a difference.
Well,
you can sit there.
You
can sit there. You can look at something and say that looks nice, right? But it's not nice for me to have as a freaking wife, or for me to take something serious. That's not what that is. That's something that I would play with. You get me? That is something that we put things in different compartments as men, right? I don't know if you guys do it as women, but we can sit there and say you are good for only this, right? And then this person is a wife. We do that very well, right? But that's what it is to us. But if you do listen to us, because we have been telling you what we want, I just think you guys don't listen. I think you guys think that you know what we want and you're going to do what you want to do.
No, we know what we see that you fiend over.
That we play with again.
Yeah, same difference, right? Like, if I'm your girl and I see you still snapping your neck, not to say you do this, but if I'm your girl and I see you snapping your neck to look at someone with a big butt, I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's just looking to play. That girl's not marriage material anyways. Like, it's just like, no, we want you to lust over us, only us, and find us marriage material.
Okay, so what is that girl doing? What does she have that you feel like you don't have that makes
obviously
us not lust over it? So you feel
that's why.
So us looking at the normal people outside who have bodies, and especially during summertime, that's a problem when you're in a relationship.
Yes.
Is it breaking your neck? Is it looking? Do you have to look and have...
Staring, breaking.
But you would look. Wouldn't you look? If you see something that you know that I would like, wouldn't you look at it? Wouldn't you go, oh, I know he would like it?
How does that make it any better than that? Just is even worse. Like, damn, women are already conditioned to be like, oh, my man would like this. So let me see how long it's going to take for him to act like he's not looking, but really look, and how long he's going to look for.
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's not good, right? But do you think it's good for us to go, oh, we see something, we have to act like we don't see it, and we have to play this game? And
you shouldn't even see it. You should eyes on me.
You know my eyes. I see everything. You know me already, and I see things before you see things. But I don't think that I do it in an inappropriate way where I'm looking at females and gawking and anything like that.
No, you don't, because hell no. Well,
I don't, because what?
You know better.
I like that. Okay, I like that.
Hello.
So now that it doesn't fit the man's agenda, you said that we are being pressured to be submissive and conform back to how it used to be. So you're saying that we as men, right? We wanted you to look a certain way.
Yeah, right. And you wanted us to look a certain way, and then also be independent, right?
We wanted you to be independent, and we wanted you to look a certain way.
Yeah, I do believe so.
So we as men we didn't want you guys to depend on us.
I agree, yeah.
That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
So, yeah, I think when we did depend on you, you're like, ugh, these women, good for nothing, depending on me. And then it became very, I guess, looked down upon if you still depended on your man. Mm-hmm. So men want women who are independent, can bring more things to the table. And now that you guys are seeing it's not working, now that women have been independent and put their job and kids first.
No kids. And not the man. Don't do that. You're talking about single mothers. They put their jobs and kids before men. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, or even if you don't have kids, you put your job first, your career first. You want to be independent, own your own home and car as you should, without anyone. Mm-hmm. And you see that, and now women don't need us. Now we're put to the back burner. They don't need us for anything because what they needed us for, they could just buy. Or they could just get someone to do since they now have the money to do it, right? I'm not Jay. I
know women still need us. No matter how you guys may think you don't need us, I still know women need us.
No.
Okay. I mean, I know women need us.
For what?
Can you protect yourself?
Yes.
You can protect yourself out here. You guys need us for protection, right? You guys need us for security.
Jiu-jitsu, bitch.
Yeah, right. You're not beating a man. Like you are not. If anybody breaks into the house, you're not going to stand up and say, "Woo, I am going to fight you," and this and that while my husband stands behind me. So there is no, to me, whenever everything goes to hell, whenever you need someone to think their way out of something, men are needed. When there's repairs in the house, I know you can hire other people to do whatever, but men are needed for repairs in the house. Men are needed to raise the kids in the house. Men are needed, period. I don't want to break down why men are needed, but I know men are needed, and I just think women feel like men are not needed because you guys solely put our value on our pockets.
Well, I see somewhat of your point, right? But back to what we're saying, now that it's not beneficial for us to be that independent, you want us to be submissive now. And we're like...
we never want you to stop being submissive. Never. So I don't know where you got this.
No, but with the independence, there was way less submissive. And now that you guys see, you're not going to be independent and submissive.
We never asked for you guys to be independent. Independence was taught to you by your parents.
It was, right? And by our former... Number one, independence was taught to us mostly by our grandfathers.
Okay.
Because we saw what our grandfathers did to our grandmothers. Okay. Right? Mm-hmm. And our grandfathers also didn't want their daughters or us. They definitely pushed college and independence on us. Yeah. On their daughters and on their granddaughters. Mm-hmm. Because I don't think they saw what their wife was going through, that they couldn't buy anything, they couldn't own anything or whatever. And they, men want different for their wife, for their daughters than they do for their wives, right?
I agree.
So I think our grandfathers, as well as our grandmothers, taught us to be independent.
Yeah, so in that teaching you to be independent, did they tell you to not be agreeable with men? Did they tell you not?
I mean, that just comes with it. That comes with the territory.
I don't
because
think it does.
Why would I agree with you? Why would I have to be agreeable and silence my opinion and voice?
That's not what I said.
Yeah, but what if I don't agree with you? What am I going to do?
Then you don't have to agree with me. Agreeable, right? Here's what agreeable means. I have something that I want to do, right? You feel a different way about it. You voice your opinion, not in a way where you're being combative. You just let me know, that's not the best thing to do. You're still agreeable doing that. The disagreeableness comes in the attitude.
Yes.
That's what it's talking about. So without the attitude, you're fine.
Yeah, but then that just goes back to being a submissive person.
being kind. You should just be kind to your mate. Like, I don't understand why it's so hard to be kind to your mate. Why? To me, I'm still confused as to why we're still having a conversation about being nice to your mate. That's all it is. It's like, we're on the same team. Y'all preach team. Y'all preach partnership. So it goes both ways. You guys, yeah, but I don't think it's guys that are just not wanting to be agreeable with you guys. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's you guys that don't want to be agreeable with us. And I just don't understand why we're in this, because I don't think guys are going around saying, oh, F you, I'm the ultimate king of this castle and I'm going to make all of the important decisions and you have no say. That's how you guys make it seem like it is out here. It was, for sure. But how it is now, you guys still make it seem like that's how it is now. And I feel like you guys think that's what we want as men now. And I don't think that's what we want.
So what do you guys want?
We want you to be kind. We want you to be soft, right? We want to come home and feel like you are on our team, that we have common goals, right? That we generally get along. You know what I mean? That when I come home, I find peace in you. You know what I mean? That you're not meeting me. You know what we really want? We want you to have the same attitude that you have for somebody that you do respect outside, like your boss. Who you do, no, said that before. No, what I'm saying, we want you to have that same attitude, that same. Do you see how you straighten up when you got to speak to somebody who has some kind of stake or who owns your life because he's the one that pays you? We want that kind of respect inside the household. That's what we're looking for, right? And just because you want to do it, not because you're forced to do it, not because whatever, it's because you naturally say, you know what, this is my man. I support him. We're looking for support.
What I can say is, so are women.
Yes.
But I do see that when in households where women do play the submissive role, I feel like the household is more structured and flows better. And people do get along and you see the love and connection. And it's not about when a man does his role right.
When he's masculine.
But also not like taking his power to another level.
Yeah, to be masculine, you don't have to take your power to another level.
Yeah, but so many did, right? That's why we're in this position now. Because men didn't know how to be men.
Oh, no. Men were being men and you guys thought it was toxic. That's why
it was toxic.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm not even gonna argue that. But men were being being
men overpowered. Like
women
just didn't have a voice, and that was what submissive was back then, right? But women are redefining that word submissive in their relationships.
I think women didn't have a public voice, but I believe women always had a voice behind the scenes. So you know how we had conversations not in front of people. I think that's where your power always is and always lies, and that's where you guys are the best. You know what I mean? Behind the scenes. Not saying that women shouldn't be heard or whatever this and that, but behind the scenes, when it's one-on-one, when we're intimate, right? When we're in that space where we're sharing, we're flowing, there's nobody here to look at us. That's where your power is. That's where it's just like, let's talk about whatever situation it was that happened, and you let me know if I handled something right or wrong or where I need to improve. That's where. But all that, I'm a man, I'm here, and then whenever we're outside, you're trying to compete with me or people can see that we're clashing. We're like clashing in front of them or like that. I don't think we look for at all. So I don't think masculinity is toxic, and that's probably because I'm a man, right? I do know that there were some toxic things that we did. I know there are some men who don't understand no, right? There are some men who are too pushy, right? But I do understand also there are women who don't mean no when they say no. So, but all of the stuff with classifying people and saying everything is toxic and this and that, I don't think so. I think it's situational and it's the person. You don't believe women are being pressured to have a certain mindset to be chosen. That's what I think.
What do you think that mindset is?
Feminine.
We're being pressured
to be
now by men.
Yes, that's what men are pressuring women to do now.
Yes,
to be chosen. Like men say, the requirement, you have to be feminine. There is no other way around it to be chosen.
So you don't want women to be independent anymore.
That's not what I'm saying.
I don't think independence and feminine really go hand in hand.
They do.
No.
They do.
I think once you're independent, you pay your own bills, you pay your own way, and you have been without a man, you realize a man is like maybe a luxury. Like,
an accessory, I know.
An accessory, yeah. Like, I don't really need you, but okay, I'll take you. As long as you're not putting any extra baggage on me, which men usually do, right?
And women.
Yeah.
so for me, right? Men look for women that are feminine, right? So feminine, like I said, it's a mindset. You got to be cooperative. You got to be smart. We're not saying you got to go to school and get your degrees. You got to be smart and you got to be agreeable.
Street smart, book smart, both.
Yeah, street smart, well-rounded. You definitely got to be well-rounded. But you got to be soft. Like, we don't like meeting another man.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. With independent women, right? Mm-hmm. We are used to being assertive outside this world. So for you to think we're gonna turn our assertive hat on.
What is assertive? Because a lot of you guys say that you guys are assertive, and assertive doesn't require for you to be rude, right?
No, yeah.
But a lot of you guys come off rude, and you guys mask it under being assertive. When you come home, right, you are in a relationship with a man. If you respect the man, you speak to him in a tone that is appropriate, correct?
Yes, and vice versa.
Yeah, just like I would speak to a tone that's appropriate to you, right? Mm-hmm. If you do not do that, and then you go and say, but I'm just being assertive, right? So how is that fair, or how is that right, where you're being rude or you're trying to get your point across by any means, crossing any boundaries, right? And just protecting yourself, and then saying that men just are scared of women who are assertive. I think it's a cop-out. I definitely think it's a cop-out, because you're assertive. Mm-hmm. I don't think you're rude.
Anymore.
I don't think you're, compared to people out here, I don't think you're rude. Everybody can be rude. Anybody can be rude, right? But I don't think you're rude by nature, right? You're a very strong woman, right? You're very independent. You have all these stuff that we're talking about, but me and you get along. Why do me and you get along?
Because I'm very also easygoing. Like, I'm relaxed.
Because that's what men look for, and me, that's what I look for. Someone who is easygoing, relaxed, soft.
Yeah, but that's not everyone's personality.
But that's what we're looking for as men, and that's what you guys don't get. Like, all that independence, all that whatever you're talking about to be scared of, it's false. That's what I'm saying. It's false. I have that in you. You know what I mean? So whenever people are saying all this stuff, like, I'm like, that's false. It is your attitude. It is your mindset. Like I said, like, you don't come at me and try and make me feel less of a man because of anything. Like, I like order, right?
But you're just lucky that I also like order.
That's also
like, I'm very structured.
You are very affectionate.
Yeah, that's just my personality.
But that's what I believe men look for, right?
Yeah, but
you're affectionate.
That's not everyone's personality.
But that's what we look for. That's what we look for.
So everybody wants a Kristina then, huh?
No, everybody doesn't want a Kristina. Everybody wants a woman who's affectionate, right? You're accommodating, right? You're a natural nurturer. And I know you're gonna say, I ain't nobody's mama.
No, but for sure I am a natural nurturer.
Yeah, you see, natural nurturer. You're not overly sexualized. You don't lead with your body. Mm-hmm. And do you believe
that's because I don't have like a voluptuous body?
You are fit.
I'm fit. Yeah.
You are fit both inside and outside.
Yes.
Right. So what men will snatch you up because you're fit. Trust me. Don't let these other people.
But they wouldn't know if I'm fit inside unless because they're not lusting over my body. Because I'm not voluptuous.
Any man who's not a fool, after they've had a conversation with you, they would know that you're fit on the inside.
To get in a conversation with me, they have to like my outside.
Yeah, and
my outside is good.
Exactly. So what are you talking about?
I'm just saying it's not like I don't have big boobs and big butt. I'm normal.
You not
I'm
normal.
120 pounds.
You are natural.
Yeah,
you're natural, and men like natural. Men play with the other women that we're talking about. Some men do marry those women as well too, right? But I, in particular, am not looking for a woman for the long term that has a huge ass, a huge breast, and that's not what's important to me. You know what I mean? What's important to me is more that we can get along. I think I speak for married men, and I know other married men. They didn't pick their wives because they have the biggest ass. They're the most beautiful woman. Men don't pick women for the long term or for those things that you think we do. You know what I mean? And it's clear out here. I think it's very clear, because even you women who don't get chosen, y'all crack on the fact that men pick women who we either downgrade and pick women, but you guys laugh at the kind of women that we pick, right? I don't know if that's an insecurity or if it's genuine just like, ridicule.
Oh, he was out here with all these beautiful women and he picked her?
Yeah.
What?
And then you will see the reason why he picked her is because of her mindset.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So,
but he would cheat on her still with the with the other women. So
he picked her for the long term, right?
Thank you. He picked her to do his dishes and laundry.
He picked her to build with her. He picked her to be the mother of his child, right? He didn't pick her just to do dishes, even though even though that is a chore that has to get done. But
oh God. But yeah, just saying I chose you for marriage, but if I'm still gonna lust over women who have who look differently than you.
Am I blind as a man once I get married? I just want to know. Am I blind? Does my man
for me? No, you shouldn't be in places where you're out.
Yeah, but if I'm out and then something just comes in my view, I should act like I'm a blind man?
3 blind minds.
That's what I'm talking about. That like I think that people should just be more real with their partners. I think that if you are respectful, right?
But we're saying the men still won't be respectful. You are a respectable man, right?
Okay.
Like, you're not a cheater.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you are a one-woman man.
Okay.
Right? But a lot of guys who do end up getting married still lust. They have a good girl, sure, at home. They chose to marry.
Okay.
And her to have the kids and her to basically take care of him in the house.
Okay.
But they still choose to have fun with someone that looks differently than her. Mm-hmm. So that's not fair, because you're out here having fun, all your fun time, when I should be having your fun time with someone that you're still lusting over. So I don't know, maybe men should just marry people they lust over, because you'll have a better life.
We'll have a sexual life, right? But
and that's all men want, right? Food and sex.
But eventually, it all dwindles down anyway. It's not going to stay at that height where it was in the beginning. So no matter what it is, it will go down. But I don't agree that men should marry people that they lust over. I don't think lust is something that you get married over. To me, like I always say, I treat marriage like it's a business. A lot of people think that's harsh, but I think the person who you pick, the person who you spend the rest of your life with, has a huge impact on where you land, how much assets you have, you know what I mean? What kind of people you're around, and every other outcome, like, cause you have to pull your money together, or you have to at least, as a man, provide for your family. So if you're providing for your family and you don't have a woman who's on the same mindset as you, or on a different mindset that can elevate you, you're done. You're done off of that one choice you made.
Yeah, but I realize a lot of people don't think like how we think.
What that we have to elevate?
Like a business mindset when it comes to marriage. It's not, yeah, exactly. Elevating next generation. A lot of people just live day by day, take it day by day.
Mm-hmm. So why get with someone?
Because that's combine? Just what society pressures people to do.
Under the institution of marriage to do that? Too.
You know how many people just get married to say they're married?
No, I know. No. that is sad. I know.
And then 2 years later, get a divorce and then get married again.
Yeah, I know, to somebody else, right?
To some different person, and then that doesn't work out either.
Yeah, because the problem is with you and not outwards, which it normally always is.
Well,
but I know we veered off topic from where we started, but I think we were overall in the same ballpark.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't learn anything from this, learn that. We're good.
You're insane. but
we get each other.
Yeah. We get each other. We know how to argue above the belt.
Now.
Yeah, but we know how to argue above the belt. And the reason why we know now is because of boundaries and because of how we deal with conflict. But I wanna keep that, how we deal with conflict, for a whole nother episode, because that's a whole nother topic in itself.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big one, how we deal with conflict.
Yeah, because I think that's where people really feel the relationships. Expectations, conflicts, boundaries, all of those good stuff that nobody ever talks about.
Ooh, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yeah, maybe we'll do something about resolving conflict. Yeah, that might be good.
What
tools and what we did, little
to resolve conflict.
Yeah, little like what we go through real time to resolve conflict. Especially since me and you are two different people and we have two different styles of how we like to resolve conflict. Yeah, so that's good. So that will show people that even if you have two different styles, they mesh.
It can be resolved.
Yeah, it can definitely be resolved. But on that note, until next time, guys, we're out.